Hey there, and welcome to this episode. Today, we're diving into something that might completely change how you think about success, money, and what it really means to be wealthy. Because here's the truth. Money isn't wealth. It's just one part of it, and not even the most important one. So if money isn't the real measure of success, then what is? That's exactly what we'll explore in today's episode. Wealth Beyond Money: Building Value in a Changing World. A short but powerful read that will challenge everything you thought you knew about being rich, successful, or fulfilled. Chapter 1. The Myth of Money. When we think about wealth, the image that comes to mind is usually financial: a big bank account, a luxury car, or a house with an ocean view. We grow up being told that money equals success, and that if you work hard enough, you'll make it financially. But what if that definition of wealth is incomplete or even misleading? What if I told you that money isn't wealth at all? It's just one tool among many, and not even the most important one. Let's take a step back and rethink what it really means to be wealthy, not from the lens of banks and balance sheets, but from the perspective of real life, where happiness, freedom, and fulfillment matter more than numbers on a screen. Money gives you access, no doubt about it. It allows you to buy food, shelter, comfort, and security. But beyond a certain point, more money doesn't mean more happiness. Studies have shown that after reaching a comfortable level of income, additional money has diminishing returns on well-being. And yet, we keep chasing it. People take jobs they hate because of the paycheck. They move to cities they don't enjoy for promotions. They sacrifice time with family for career advancement. They spend hours scrolling through investment apps instead of enjoying life. Is this wealth? Or is it a trade-off, one that often leaves people feeling empty? Many high-earning individuals end up burnout, lonely, or unfulfilled. Some lose everything they built due to poor decisions or market shifts. Others realize too late that they spent their best years chasing something that didn't bring them joy. That's the myth of money. It promises freedom, but often brings obligation. Chapter 2. Time is your only real wealth. You can make more money. You can rebuild your career. You can move to a new city, start fresh, and even reinvent yourself. But there's one thing you can never get more of: time. It's the only resource that keeps slipping away, no matter how much you want to hold on to it. And yet most people treat it like it's infinite. They waste hours scrolling through their phones, watching content they don't really care about, or doing work that doesn't move them closer to what they truly want. Here's the truth. If you're not protecting your time, you're not building wealth, you're giving it away. Unlike money, time doesn't come back once it's gone. Once you spend it, it's gone forever. That's why time is the ultimate form of wealth, not just because it's limited, but because everything else depends on it. Every skill you build, every relationship you develop, every goal you achieve, all of it requires time. And if you're not using it intentionally, you're wasting your greatest asset. The hidden cost of distraction is huge. Most people aren't lazy, they just don't realize how quickly small chunks of wasted time add up. Imagine two people. Person A spends 30 minutes a day learning a valuable skill. Person B spends 30 minutes a day scrolling mindlessly on social media. At first glance, it seems harmless. Both are just spending half an hour. But over time, the difference becomes massive. So how do you start valuing your time? Here are a few practical steps. Track where it goes. Assign value to every hour. Say no more often. Batch similar tasks. Invest in automation and outsourcing. Chapter 3. Skills that multiply. In a world where job titles come and go, and entire industries are being reshaped by technology, one thing remains constant: the value of skills. Not just any skills, but the kind that multiply your opportunities, protect you from market shifts, and allow you to create value no matter where you are. Think about it this way. You can lose your job tomorrow, but if you have a skill that people need, you'll never be truly broke. You might not have money in the bank, but you'll always have something valuable to offer. That's why skills are one of the most durable forms of wealth. They don't fade easily, and they compound over time. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to master only one thing. But in today's fast-moving world, the real power lies in combining multiple skills, even if none of them are world-class on their own. This is called skill stacking. How do you build skills that multiply? Start with what's useful, not perfect. Learn by doing. Teach it to someone else. Combine it with something else. Keep improving forever. Chapter 4. Relationships as Capital. In the world of business and finance, capital is what allows you to grow. It's the fuel for investment, the foundation for risk-taking, and the leverage that turns small opportunities into big wins. But there's one form of capital most people overlook, and it might be the most powerful of all: social capital. Your relationships, the people you know, the trust you've built, and how deeply you connect are not just emotional assets. They're real sources of value. Think of your relationships like a bank account. Every time you add value, show up for someone, or build trust, you make a deposit. Every time you ignore messages, break promises, or act selfishly, you make a withdrawal. Most people stop at collecting contacts. Real learners go further. They ask questions, they connect ideas, they test theories, they reflect, and over time they develop insight, not just knowing, but understanding why it matters. So how do you build valuable relationships without being pushy? Start with giving value first. Be consistent, not perfect. Follow up like it matters. Invest in fewer, deeper relationships. And be authentic, not perfect. Chapter 5. Knowledge that lasts. In a world where information moves faster than ever, we have access to more knowledge than any generation before us. But having access to information is not the same as having real knowledge. Anyone can read an article or watch a video, but very few take the time to understand, apply, and internalize what they learn. Real knowledge isn't just something you consume. It's something you build, and it becomes one of your most valuable assets. Because once you truly understand something, no one can take that from you. Knowledge doesn't depreciate like cars or gadgets. It compounds over time. The more you know, the easier it becomes to learn new things. The deeper your understanding, the better your decisions. Here's how to build knowledge that lasts. Learn less, understand more. Ask why again and again. Write it down. Teach it to someone else. Apply it immediately. Reflect regularly. Chapter 6. Health, your silent currency. Most people think of health as something separate from success. They believe they can push through exhaustion, ignore stress, and fix their bodies later after they've achieved their goals. But here's the truth. Your health is not the thing you deal with later. It's the foundation that makes everything else possible. Without it, no amount of money, skills, or relationships will help you live the life you want. Health is silent currency. You don't always see its value until it's gone. But when it's there, it powers everything else. Here's how to build health like wealth. Move every day, not just exercise. Eat for energy, not just taste. Sleep like it matters, because it does. Manage stress before it manages you. Check in with yourself regularly. Health compounds silently. Every good night of sleep adds up. Every walk builds resilience. Every healthy meal improves your mood and focus. And over time, these small habits create a massive return in energy, productivity, and quality of life. Chapter 7. Freedom through purpose. When most people think of freedom, they imagine quitting their job, traveling the world, or never having to worry about money again. But here's something most don't realize. True freedom doesn't come from money. It comes from purpose. Because without a clear sense of direction, even unlimited money won't make you feel free. Freedom isn't about doing whatever you want, whenever you want. That's chaos, not freedom. True freedom is about waking up and choosing how to spend your day because you want to, not because you have to. Finding purpose doesn't mean discovering your one true calling in life. Instead, think of purpose as the recurring theme in your life, the thing that shows up again and again, no matter what you're doing. Ask yourself, what would I do even if I didn't get paid? What keeps pulling me back? What moments made me feel fully alive? Test it through action. Try something. See how it feels. If it gives you energy, go deeper. And Chapter 8, the wealth system, living beyond scarcity. Most people live their lives chasing one thing: more money, more time, more success, more security. But here's the truth. Chasing more doesn't always bring more satisfaction. Sometimes it just brings more stress. Wealth isn't about accumulation. It's about building a system that supports a life of value, meaning, and freedom. And once you understand how to do that, you stop living from a place of scarcity. You start living from a place of abundance. Real wealth is built on 5 core pillars: time, skills, knowledge, relationships, and health. These are the true building blocks of wealth. And when you treat them as parts of a system instead of isolated pieces, everything changes. Here's a simple framework to begin building your own wealth system. Start with awareness. Make one small change. Measure progress, not perfection. Review and adjust regularly. Final thoughts. Wealth isn't about having more than others. It's about living a life that feels full. It's about making choices that align with who you are and who you want to become. And most importantly, it's about knowing that you already have everything you need to start building it today. So invest in the things that truly matter. Not just financially, but personally. Not just for today, but for the long run. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, hit subscribe and let me know what you'll start investing in today to build real wealth for tomorrow.